Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Angoville. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Spander, playing as the Ostir or Wehrmacht faction in the blue. And his opponent is going to be Sotjador, playing as the US forces in the red. We've been seeing this matchup quite a lot, haven't we? It's not on purpose, but it happens, so there you go. Now, again, as the game gets underway, small time to talk. Not exactly announcements, but, you know, just catching up a little bit. So on the last game, I said I wasn't going to cast more games this week. I decided after that, you said, no, what? I can wait. I don't have to update the game right away, even if it's just a little bit of a hotfix. And yeah, I'll do another one, which is this one, to round up the week, and then I'll utilize the weekend to cast those other games, get them done, and then update the game. So yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to those games, as they should be really good. So let's see, to begin, we see Sotjador going for his Doctrine right off the bat, and that is, of course, the Armor Company, as we see the Assault Engineers now on the field. Sending out his Rifle Squad as well to the right-hand side and getting his Rear Echelon Squad all the way up to the north. Mr. Spander, to start, he did go for his Tier 1, getting himself a Grand Squad, but also following it up with an MG. The MG is currently on the left-hand side of the map. So the Grands up in the north are getting engaged by the Rear Echelon Squad. It's house to nothing. The Rear Echelon Squad will still lose that engagement, but, you know, they're just there doing what they can, as rifles move up behind them to try and provide a little bit of support and cap what they can. So the MG on the left-hand side will be securing this location, as the Pios are also laying down some wire across the fuel, just making it a little bit more annoying, a little bit more difficult for Sotjador to come and cap this point. Just has to go around and circle around a little bit. It's not too much, you know, it's just wire, and it'll eventually probably get, you know, crushed, but we'll see. Some more rifles coming up for Sotjador. In the meantime, we see Spander going for very sexy tactics, and that is, of course, getting himself a sniper on the field. Having a sniper early on is really fucking cool, in my opinion, and we see the sniper take a shot. Nope, misses his shot. And moving up to take a shot. There he goes. No, yes, maybe. There. Bang, there we go. Shot flies. Rifle Squad takes a hit, and the Grands are trying to hold their own. They do lose one of their members. They do manage to inflict a casualty on the Rear Echelon Squad, but all the troops move up behind and are going to be popping into the house, denying territory as the sniper takes shots into the house. Remember, though, there is a 50% chance of missing when that happens, so the sniper cannot easily flush them out. But a shot flies, and we see him actually getting a kill. Grand Squad, though, does take the damage there from 3 rifles in the front and will be forced to retreat. So in the meantime, rifles popping in, popping out, sniper forced to retreat, as we did see the Assault Engineers coming up on its side. Sneaky maneuvers here, laying down some mines on the field for Sotjador. M5 mines right behind that house. Interesting location. I would assume if you're sending a squad in this path to cap here, it's going to bend around that corner and hit that. So I guess that's a nice location, but it's behind there, so a little bit more difficult for a vehicle. So we'll see how that pans out. In the meantime, Sotjador does push over to the left-hand side, does not cap anything apparently, and just moves back as we see the Pios and the MG continue to secure the location on the left-hand side. So, something we've seen time and time again in good old Angoville, and that is the map being split in half as one side focuses on the other, but we'll see. So, Grands pushing forward, the sniper trying to provide support, but again, missing shots into the house. Second Rifle Squad pops into the house and relieves the 2-man squad. 2-man squad still on the field, not wanting to leave the engagements just yet, as we see a second MG42 coming onto play for Spander, as he's going to want to stop the infantry incursion on the right-hand side. Assault Engineers do move to the left-hand side, decapping the point to cut off all the resources on the left-hand side for Mr. Spander. Sniper does manage to take a shot at it and will be moving up to cap himself. We do have a Rifle Squad retreating finally, as we see the Rear Echelon Squad just moving around, laying down some wire across the field, making sure that those heavy covers can always be put to better use. Sniper taking shots at the rifles out in the open. They are not inside the house and are quite exposed there. Going to be hiding behind the house as a Rear Echelon Squad pops right in the front, getting a good volley going there on the Grand Squad, getting some damage. Assault Engineers getting right on top of them, doing a lot of damage themselves. And trying to catch that sniper out in the open. The sniper is moving back. Pushing forward. MG42 covering the flank. And the sniper, ooh, interesting. Manages to get a good shot through the hedge and actually get a hit there on the assault engineer squad. Wow. How's that sniper getting sight range there? Huh, interesting. So apparently there is a gap through that hedge where you can actually shoot from. Captain Tech now on the field for Sotjador. Going to be following it up with nothing really. He's getting himself a ambulance just to be able to get those troops back in full working order. Now, it's not exactly necessary, but it's always going to help. The thing is that with the sniper on the field, even if your troops are at full strength, you know, he's still going to one-shot them. But, you know, for the rest of the troops, it's still a factor. So, you know, may as well get yourself that medic regardless. Assault engineers inside the yellow house, getting sniped at, down to one man. Gren's trying to do as best they can. They do pretty good, and forcing the retreat. Tier 2 now on the field for Mr. Spander. Going to be chasing down infantry all over the place. We don't have any form of anti-vehicle in the rest of the infantry. We do have, of course, the captain. Captain currently in the base, though, so right now the 222 has free reign to do as it pleases. The SMGs of the assault engineers can do a decent amount of damage up close, and, you know, it's sustained damage, so it can rack up relatively quickly. However, nothing that will all of a sudden kill the scout car, so the scout car is able to do what it can. We do see a veteran squad forced to retreat, so that is the only one that has access to the rifle grenade. And we see the ambulance moving around out on the field. A little bit of a surprise that it's out there, but, you know, can still be utilized to reinforce. Yeah, because, ooh, there we go. So the mine does hit an infantry as they round the corner. Only 2 of them gets hit, however, so the Pyro squad stays alive and will continue to cap as Spander slowly pushes over on the right-hand side, trying to get his best. Not sure where I was going with that sentence, but, you know, trying his best is what I'm trying to say, to recover territory on the right-hand side. Still, though, a lot of infantry just spattered around for Mr. Sotjador, so it makes it very difficult for Spander to move in. With the captain on the field, again, makes it hard for the 222 to do a lot. And we also see a steward coming into play for Sotjador, as we've seen that teching path being utilized quite frequently, and I mean, it's pretty strong. Captain tech into steward gives you a lot of power, and, you know, you're usually ending up fighting 222s. So rifles pushing forward. The rifles do not have... there it goes. Well, they popped their veterancy a split second too late. Had they popped it a little bit sooner, they would have been able to get a rifle grenade flying at that 222. And with the support of the captain, they may have been able to kill it. But unfortunately, there for Sotjador, he is not able to finish off his prey. Still, though, does a lot of damage to it. Forces it to retreat. Going to be forcing it to reinforce. And we also see a half-track coming into play. Now, the half-track we haven't seen a lot. I mean, ooh, Sniper has taken quite a bit of damage. I didn't see exactly when it took damage, but it's still alive. But it is very, very fragile, so it can't really be used that aggressively right now. Stewart moving up, setting up in between the buildings, trying to potentially get himself a target and opportunity. And yeah, on the left-hand side, we see MGs just set up across the field, covering pretty much every angle here. But, well, we see Sotjador not really interested at all at pushing over on the left-hand side. Could utilize his rear echelon squads and maybe just send it and try and cap points a little bit through the edge. And then retreat as soon as it gets engaged. But it seems like his focus is entirely on the right-hand side of the map, which is not a bad thing. Again, same amount of resources, and it does give you the benefit of the 2 victory points. So as long as you control the right, you are always white. I don't know where I'm going with that, but... we see mines, more mines getting laid down here for Sotjador. As we probably need the med bunker on the base. Yeah, there we go. So, Spander building his bunker, going to be getting that medic station going. So they can... so that he can utilize the sniper again, getting it healed up. Half-track getting popped with its flamethrower upgrade. Not a bad decision, especially with all the buildings over on the right-hand side, making it a lot easier to flush out. However, I mean, it does lose its reinforcements capabilities. Can no longer transport and reinforce soldiers. So it's basically just a mobile flame platform, which, you know, it's not bad. It's essentially, you know, it's still going to be strong in the sense that it's going to do a lot of damage. Like I said, flushing out anything from buildings. But that is the unfortunate case of the rebalancing of those vehicles. You know, the major strength and reason why you saw the half-tracks a lot, well, was basically because you could reinforce with them. And even if it had the flamethrower upgrade, you still used it as a mobile reinforcement platform. Mine getting hit there by the half-track. Steward right there in position, getting shots flying. Let's get hit, but manages to inflict the killing blow there on the half-track. And even the captain moves up and throws a nice bazooka barrage going on the 222. The 222 in a bad angle for retreat, has to turn itself around and manages to get out of there. However, the captain is now getting focused here by the sniper, and the sniper as well. Bazooka shots flying at the sniper, manages to dodge a few of them, and the captain decides that it is not his time to die. Pack howitzer for Sotjador, kind of hitting his own friends a little bit, but not too much. And on the left-hand side, yeah, we do see Sotjador starting to push and sending his rear echelons and a rifle squad to cap as well. We see the MGs just covering through the center, so the edge of the map is completely exposed. The 222 is moving in that direction, pack gun as well. But again, for Sotjador, as long as he's just holding the right, he is winning. 388 to 493 victory points in the favor of Sotjador. So yeah, I mean, he just has to keep on keeping on. So Rifle Squad does push into the center, runs into that MG wall, and is quickly forced to retreat. The 222 also being thrown in that direction, trying to harass. Rear Echelon Squad, though, going to be caught in a bad spot there, as it's going to be forced to run through the 222 and away from it. So could actually get itself killed here if Spander doesn't retreat it quickly. Sorry, if Sotjador doesn't retreat it quickly. He's going to lose it. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's retreating quickly enough. Down to 2 men, gonna decap the point and retreat. A big gamble there. Let's see if he makes it out of there alive. Center map, Rifle Squad pushing. Oh, nice shot there by the pack howitzer, nailing the Grand Squad, forcing it to back off. And the half-track trying to pursue, but not gonna be catching it. And the one-man rear echelon squad seems like it's barely gonna make it out of there, as the 222 was not chasing it quickly enough. It looks like Spander might have been a little bit distracted by the engagements up in the north. And the rear echelon squad makes it out of there. Rifle squad and the lieutenant now on the field. So back teching to Lieutenant Tech. Doesn't necessarily need to tech to Major, because he does have access to those Wolverines and even the Bulldozer if he wanted to. Plus with the other things, he's going to be getting himself a 50 cal machine gun, making sure that infantry is a little bit less inclined to push to the right hand side. But the thing is that for Spander, he is limiting himself quite a bit in the infantry front. I mean, honestly, he only has a Grand Squad to fight with, and that's about it. I mean, he has 2 MGs to hold ground, but it's very difficult to be aggressive with them, and he's getting a second pack gun to stop any, you know, vehicles and such. But again, I mean, not a lot of assault that you can do. So essentially, his combat forces are a Grand Squad and the 222. He has a sniper for support, which is a little bit more combat oriented. Not really defensive, but that's about it. Whereas Sotjador just has quite a bit in the form of 2 assault engineers and 2 rifles, the captain, the lieutenant. You know, that's a lot of infantry moving around. A lot of infantry to fight with, and when you're only going up against 2 things, you're probably going to win. So Spander is playing the is it slow game? Really, what I want to say? Playing the long game, I guess, really, is what I want to say. Again, he is losing in the victory point count, but as long as he's only losing, you know, by 1, as long as he's not losing this point and getting triple capped, I mean, he has a lot of time. So, you know, the game can easily swing in his favor, you know, at any point. So right now, both players very passive. None of them actually making a move, not even sending any infantry up to the north to try and catch these points. We see Sotjador just sitting there, reinforcing, laying down mines all across the field, all over the place, making sure that any attempts to incur into this territory by Spander are met with heavy resistance and casualties. So, you know, not a bad thing, but, you know, again, somebody has to break the stalemate at some point. So we see Spander doing the same thing with his own half-track, laying down some mines, although it looks like he canceled it. No, it's right there. Looked like it broke a little bit before, but, you know, it's still there. And yeah, we see the munitions just going down. Mines after mines after mines all over the place. Again, could do with a little bit of sending infantry just to try and prod and harass. I mean, the lieutenant is here, and obviously he is in the defensive position, but he could be the one poking up to the north, capturing territory that we can clearly see, obviously, that is not a post. Obviously, you know, from this point of view, it's easier to say. A lot of times you just feel a little bit more comfortable in the safety of your own vision range. So the pack gun taking a shot at the steward as it exposes its rear. Everybody backing off, not risking too much. So at this point, I'm assuming Spander, yeah, I mean, he's teching to tier 3, and he's going to be building, I'm assuming, Panzer Force. If he's going tier 3, I can only assume. I mean, I don't see Stug being necessary. Yeah, he's going Panzer 4, yeah. The Ostwind would also not be a bad thing, but since it's already kind of late for it, it's, you know, it's probably going to be counter a little bit easier, so... Yeah, the Panzer 4 is definitely the safer choice. And since, you know, it's multi-purpose, you know, it's never a bad choice. It's just, you know, not going to perform as well as it would against, you know, infantry as the Ostwind. And it's also, you know, going to be way better than an Ostwind against vehicles, but not as good as a Stug if it, you know, had the range. So, you know, it's the nice little jack of all trades. So, again, it's just mines getting laid down all across the field. We do have sweepers equipped on the rear echelon squads just to make sure that any mines are accounted for. We do have sweepers on the Pios for Spander, so he has the option to lead with the Pios and make sure that nothing, you know, surprises him. But so far, nobody really making a move. Very, very passive. Again, I mean, for Sotjador, I mean, he can just easily sit there and not do anything and win because he has the victory points. But something will be coming into play sooner rather than later, and at this stage, he would probably be inclined to maybe get himself an anti-tank gun, even though they're not that great for the U.S. forces, just to at least get something. Pilot squad popping in, getting side range, starting to clear out those mines. Those mines are being revealed. I mean, again, the MGs are nearby and should be able to provide support, but right now, Sotjador, with his passiveness, is potentially letting Spander set himself up however he wants to start pushing into this territory. So the lieutenant squad pops into the building, setting off a chain reaction where everybody gets involved. Flamethrower bursts going off into the house, doing a lot of damage, almost clearing off the lieutenant squad. Steward moving up, getting itself shot in the face there by the pack-gun as it's already set up, waiting any type of anti-vehicle. The captain's bazookas do damage to the half-track, forcing it to disengage from this fight. But the rifles and everything are forced to back off because, again, he doesn't really have much in the way of anti-tank. We do have an anti-tank gun now on the field for Sotjador, so he's going to be trying to set up. But, well, the Panzer IV by itself is now going to be able to simply push out, and because there's not a lot there to stop it, the infantry can follow up behind it, and the mines are becoming useless because there's just essentially getting revealed here by a single Pio squad. As minefield getting laid down in the middle of the engagement there for Sotjador. AT gun manages to finally bring itself into the fight, getting shots flying at the Panzer IV, forcing it to back the hell off. And at the same time, the left-hand side is unopposed. So yeah, Sotjador is focusing a little bit too much in the center point. Does have, of course, the Major and the ambulance already set up, so that, you know, he doesn't have to retreat that far. But, you know, at this point, he's lost the north, so he is now on the bad spot of that. But she needs to push forward and maybe get himself some bazookas. I mean, bazookas pretty good. Hasn't gone for that upgrade, though, as we can see. Where's it? It's this thing? Yeah, there you go. So does not have access to the weapon racks just yet, so we'll see what his plans are. I'm assuming, though, his plan is a Wolverine as soon as possible, but he does need more command points. Doctrine selection for Spander has gone down, and that is the Storm Doctrine. It's an interesting one because it doesn't really provide anything. It just provides abilities and the artillery gun, I suppose, but No real units coming out of it. It does give you access to the Rigel mine, which is why he gets the half-track, I suppose, because they can lay that one. So, we'll see. So we see more mines getting laid down, rifles pushing forward. The S minefield is currently revealed partially. These guys are going to run into the minefield, though, and get themselves killed if they don't. Yeah, there we go. So the rear echelon squad is the one moving forward. It's going to be able to clear out the minefield by itself. And we have engineers nearby also helping out with that. The steward moving up, trying to provide some support. More mines getting laid down. And the assault engineer squad just gets itself toasted. Doesn't actually die, so that's actually kind of nice for it. Does have the ambulance right there, so not bad. But again, with no bazookas, the Panzer IV pretty much is unopposed. AT gun does get a good shot on it, though, so you know, even though it is the worst of the AT guns, well, not the worst, but one of the worst, it is it's still gonna kill it regardless, you know. Maybe not as quickly as other ones, but bazooka shots fly. Boom! Nice little maneuver there by Sotjador, getting a good double shot on that half-track, and the half-track goes down for Spander. Very slow, very tactical game, but we do see the left artillery gun getting built. A little bit outside the base, but still relatively in cover, so it should be okay. And we see a Stug on the field for Spander. That and the Panzer IV, he has quite a bit. Oh, and I never actually saw the sniper die, so I'll write that down and we'll see it when it happened. Definitely happened before the 22-minute mark. As we see another sniper getting built for Spander, as he wants to still have that element on the field. Lieutenant pushing forward. Again, going to be capturing the rest of the map. With that, give himself a little bit better resource income. And we even see a fighting position getting built, which, you know, doubles as an MG bunker once you get it upgraded for 60 munitions, which is expensive. It's not a very durable building, but, you know, it'll make it a little bit more difficult to take down. Sniper coming right onto the field, getting a nice welcome by the lieutenant as it gets shot in the face. Doesn't kill it, though, so it manages to make it out of there. MG42 spotting the rear echelon squad as it tries to go to the left-hand side. Not going to be able to do much, but it manages to spot that there are no mines in that vicinity. And of course, there are friendly mines in that. Captain and rifles moving themselves to the edge of the hedge. Not a good spot to be in. Rifle grenade flies. Gets a good hit in there, although not a really good hit. A little bit further forward, may have actually detonated the mine and killed something, but at this point it didn't work. The sniper in the north moving forward, trying to shoot what it can. So Sotjador finally deciding to start prodding into enemy territory, sending his assault engineers. Not managing to do too much, of course, because of the, well, basically the entrenchment that Spander has set up with the MG, you know, areas. As the sniper seems to get killed once again now by a steward. I missed it though, so let me write down the second one. And we'll see it in all its glory, which I'm assuming we already did. Oh. Grand Squad retreating through the center, hitting the mine and bringing it down to one man. Barely able to make it out of there. Fortunately though, there's nothing following up on the north, so it's able to just simply get out of there without much of any opposition. Pack howitzer sending some shots into the fray, but not really doing much with that. And we see the steward having taken some damage, backing off and getting some repairs going. Captain pushing on the left-hand side, trying to see if he can catch the 222. Not going to be able to do so. Panzer IV moving up, getting a mine to the face. But the AT gun is not set up to engage it. It's up in the north, and there is nothing on the field right now for it to fight with. We do have access to Wolverines, however, not the manpower. We see a Sherman getting built for Sotjador, as he did, of course, build his Major, as we saw a while ago, and has set up a retreat spot. We see the left artillery gun taking some shots into the retreat spot, which is a very, very good decision. Everything's going to have to move the hell out of the way, and this second shot's going to maybe hit something. Yeah, it's a little bit of terrain there, but Don't set it up right on top of the mine. Just please don't do that.
Sherman ready.
Ooh, that's very, very dangerous. But the artillery gun is just moving in that direction. Let's get some good hits on that fuel cache, though, so that's something. As we see the Panzer IV on the left-hand side getting repairs going. AT gun gets a good shot on the 222. Going to be forcing it to move out of the way. As we have the Sherman on the field. Heavy cav here. Pile squad. Getting caught in a bad spot there by some rifles and the Pile squad. Rifles forced to retreat. Panzer IV having a good angle there. Managing to get some good hits, or a good hit on the Sherman. However, with the AT gun for support there, that would have been a losing fight. And all the infantry over here on the left-hand side, just again sitting around, not doing too much. As Sotjador doesn't want to relinquish his control of the right-hand side. Victory points 210 to 462. So again, holding that right-hand side, he has provided himself a significant lead when it comes to victory points. However, that can easily be taken away with a triple cap. Third sniper of the game for Spander, getting built right now. Again, seems to be wanting to have that element. Sotjador deciding finally that, you know, I can actually do something about those MGs. I don't just have to run from them. I'm going to throw a smoke grenade at its face. Going to be moving it away and clearing it off with my flamethrower assault engineers. They're currently just attacking ground, which is not doing much as the MG moves itself right in front. However, Captain does manage to push forward, gets itself a nice little position, and manages to execute the 222. Before it is forced to retreat and stays alive on the field. So a nice little push there by Sotjador. He manages to inflict more casualties on Spander. 86 to 86, however, on the pop cap. So, you know, pretty goddamn even when it comes to army values. However, like I said, Spander doesn't have a lot of capacity to just simply push with his infantry. He is relying on his artillery gun, though, to break the lines of the enemy, which is doing a decent job. Not the best of jobs, but a decent job. MG42 now having a wider angle here, trying to stop the approaching infantry. Gets itself smoke grenade in the face once again because it cannot stop. You know, you can't stop. Won't stop. Anyways. More smoke grenades flying in all directions, breaking line of sight with the entire northern forces. We do have this MG42 set down in the south, which is now currently cut off from anything on the left-hand side. Pack gun also getting cleared out. Rifles able to pick it up if they want to. They do. Lieutenant squad trying to fight against the MG and the Panzer IV by itself. Pack gun is going to be stolen and try to get retreat going. But a light vehicle does get destroyed as the steward falls to... to the Stug, and it actually gets decrewed, giving the steward back to Spander. That is unfortunate there for Sotjador. Does he have anything to finish off the steward? No, the steward is going to slowly crawl its way back. Does have a heavy engine damage, which means it moves very slowly. But it is able to, move its way back. It was right in the front of the base. Oh, never mind. Gets destroyed. Got destroyed by the pack howitzer, it looks like. Yeah, nice. Nice move there by Sotjador, just throwing a Hail Mary literally with artillery rounds and manages to inflict the killing blow on that steward, which means doesn't have to fight it. And he also did a little bit of manpower damage there with the recruited troops that died with it. So the pack gun being utilized to cap on the left-hand side. The rifles going for the fuel, capping it as well, getting behind that MG42. MG42 does turn itself around, but gets smoked in the face, so it is unable to continue the engagement. The rifles are going to get right on top of it, and we have another rifle squad coming up behind it with bars equipped. That is going to quickly kill this MG42 if it doesn't retreat now. It should retreat now. It's not retreating now. Come on, retreat. Down to 2 men. Oh, no, down to 1. Can they finish it off? Looks like they did. Yeah, they did finish it off, so that is a potential steal there for an MG42. This could be bad, though, for Sotjador. He has a lot of troops and not a lot of armor. He does have 1 Sherman on the field, but he would have to rely on that for the anti-tank. Thankfully, though, for Sotjador, he does not have... Ooh, that MG almost gets taken out, down to 1 man. Oh, the Stug goes down. as it moves itself into range of that AT gun. Very nice, getting itself finally a vehicle kill. Oof. Well, Spander's looking pretty rough now, 64 to 95. So yeah, my point with Sotjador is that he does not have space to do anything anymore, so he's going to have to rely on what he has or sacrifice some things if he wants to build maybe, you know, more vehicles. Still, though, he can utilize that manpower to start getting more resources, maybe munitions, since he has a lot of fuel right now. But still, though, a 98 top cap to 67, you know, that's a significant difference and advantage. So we'll see how it pans out. So for now, it looks like Sotjador is going to be pretty much capturing the rest of the map. Captain even capturing on the far north. We have assault engineers decapping the points on the front of the base, disconnecting the resources on the left-hand side. We do have the MG42 just moving around there, trying to capture what they can. But there is a lieutenant and an assault engineer squad moving forward to try and harass the Panzer IV. Has gotten better in C2, which gives it those sexy armored skirts. However, you know, it's by itself. It has a pack gun for support against armor, which doesn't really need, as there's only one Sherman. And the 50 cal machine gun on the right-hand side, doing a lot of work here, trying to stop the approaching infantry. The captain, though, is getting focused down, taking quite a bit of damage. The Panzer IV has taken some hits and does suffer some engine damage. The AT gun is currently in the back. That's the pack gun, and this one is over on the left-hand side. So unfortunately here for the Sherman, it's actually going to fall to the Panzer IV. Panzer IV eliminates the Sherman. That is a bad thing for Sotjador. However, he immediately replaces it with a Wolverine, which is a great thing. It's a great choice in that situation. Does also lose one of his assault engineers as he just sacrifices them, pushing them forward. So clears up a little bit of a pop cap, so he could actually get a second Wolverine if he so desired. With the Wolverine will be great to fight against the Panzer IV. AT gun, US AT gun, just moving forward in the middle of everything, exposing itself and going to get itself cleared out. Bad move there by Sotjador, so he's falling apart. He's feeling the pressure and not keeping his cool. We see the Wolverine pushing forward, taking shots at the infantry. No, set it to attack vehicles only. Prioritize vehicles, that's why it's there. Takes a shot at the Panzer IV, however it misses horribly. And the captain is going to get taken out as it also loses its bazookas. Both bazookas get lost. And oh, Sotjador is just... Oh my god, he cracked under pressure. Spander managing to inflict heavy casualties on him. Does manage to stop the infantry from getting those bazookas, so the bazookas are still there for the taking. Infantry could potentially pick them up. Looks like the rifles are still... One squad is still able to pick up something. The lieutenant should be able to pick up. We have vehicle crew nearby. They could actually go pick them up if they wanted to. But they're still just laying there on the field. AT gun is also there. Okay, so not too bad, but, you know, so Spander did, like I said, managed to inflict a lot of damage and bring himself back into the game. Did also tech up to tier 4 and get himself a Panzerwerfer. A excellent decision, especially with the defensive nature of Sotjador. But he needs to move now and take those rifles to get those bazookas. One bazooka on each side.
Steady up. A capture point is under attack.
Gonna try and go for the AT gun, it looks like. Can he recover it? He can. There we go. The lieutenant can actually go pick up. Get that AT gun out of there. And the pack gun is also online, so at the very least he can stop those vehicles. So the rifle squad picks up a bazooka. Can't pick up the second one, but the lieutenant was nearby. Where is he? Back here. Lieutenant can actually go pick up, but we'll see. Grand squad, though, also able to pick up, I believe. No, actually that one can't. Left-hand side. Stolen MG42, having to fight some Grens. Is able to get them suppressed. It's taking a lot of damage as it took a rifle grenade to the face, but it's still alive. The Grens are pushing forward. Can they actually get that weapon? Doesn't look like they can. Oh, they can, actually. Gren squad is focusing down the nice rifle grenade, but does not manage to catch the guys. And the pack gun, and everything else is trying to focus down on these Grens. The lieutenant is going to be moving up and could actually take out that Gren squad itself. Goes for the crush. No, does not get the crush, but is going to be able to get the damage with the lieutenant. The Wolverine is getting caught there, a little bit out of position there by the Panzer IV. However, with the support of the pack gun, the Panzer IV is forced to back off. However, a nice barrage going down here by the Panzer IV inflicts a decent amount of damage to the troops. However, everything stays alive, so the Major is able to reinforce. Everything is able to move back. The these guys could pick up that bazooka, but nobody seems to be wanting the bazooka. And we also see a howitzer barrage. Oh, nailing that pack gun. Pack gun goes down, as we also see a Sherman. Okay, so he went for the Sherman instead. Moving up for a flank. Pio squad engaging the combat engineers. The assault engineers, though, doing a lot of damage here to the Pios. The Pios may actually be taken out here, although they're running and their SMGs are not able to do a lot of damage at range. Sherman comes up on the flank, however. Down goes the Panzer IV. Nice little equalizer there for Sotjador and swinging it back in his favor. Up to 81 in points. Gonna go for the crush. Manages to get a crush going there on these Grens. Faust goes off in the front of the armor. Doing damage, but not getting a sufficient threshold for the crit. And this assault engineer squad has to run through its own artillery. Oh, the Sherman actually almost takes the front there. And with an artillery barrage, we see the Met station getting destroyed. So the Major and the Lieutenant retreat, having lost their position. Bulldozer on the field also for Sotjador. So yeah, quickly recovering his losses, 39 to 79. A significant difference now in this stage of the game. The Grens desperately trying to go for those victory points. Not going to be able to do too much. Faust goes off, pretty much impacting on the Bulldozer in the front, not doing really much when it comes to damage. Howitzer shots flying from the Bulldozer. Could actually clear the pack gun quite easily here. However, it is going to get itself Fausted. Boom. Although, yeah, that actually didn't work. He's going to lose his tank.
Germans have 10 points left.
There we go. Manages to clear the pack gun. Faust's going to go off and kill it. Yeah. Okay, so a little bit greedily there by Sotjador. Lost quite a bit, but Spander does throw in the towel as he's down to 4 points at this stage. So yeah, that was the thing with Spander. Like I said, both players were a little bit too passive. They sat a long time just content on their own sides defending, which again, for Sotjador, that's great because he controls the right-hand side, which gives him 2 points, which means he can sit there all game and he's going to win. For Spander, though, I mean, sure, secure the location, like having those 2 MGs, you know, making it so that simple infantry just pushing forward aren't able to do too much, and you control most of the territory. But just sitting there, like all that time, not doing much, not pushing, not breaking, ended up costing him. And at this point in the game, he's still fighting. He lost quite a bit, and he managed to, you know, do some decent amount of trading, even though, you know, Sotjador was far ahead in resources. But ended up, you know, not being enough because he was still going to lose in victory points. So there you go. Anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.